Okay, hello again. Gonna do things a little different. This usually I do a review on one of the pay-per-views they make, but this time I'm gonna just review an episode I watched recently. Now, I don't really watch SmackDown that much. I usually watch Raw because well, I get kind of lazy because I do put a series recording on it, but sometimes it doesn't, record. So most of it always records the Raw episodes for some reason. I don't know why my DVR does that, but so I'm just gonna recap the episode I just watched. Uh, Let's see in my notes. The first match was Rey Mysterio versus Kane in a no DQ match. And the story here is that Mysterio wanted this match after he lost at SummerSlam, and don't really know what his reason is for. I don't know, for revenge, I guess. But if you ever watch wrestling, you kind of know what the outcome of this is going to be. I mean, as much as I don't like to say, Mysterio, he did lose, and then. Yeah, and then after that, I don't remember this because I haven't really been paying attention to SmackDown, so I haven't paid. So this new guy comes in, Alberto Del Rio, and apparently he's some new guy who beat Rey Mysterio last week, but I don't know. So it was kind of weird for me just to see this random guy come in and beat up Rey Mysterio for no apparent reason. So I don't know. So he's a heel. It's kind of obvious, and it's also another Mexican guy on the show because believe it or not, I can only come up with maybe two Mexican guys on SmackDown, Chavo and Rey. It's kind of strange because if you ever are into wrestling. One of the more popular forms of wrestling is lucha libre, or mass wrestling. And come to think of it, Rey Mysterio is probably the only famous mass wrestler on the WWE or WWF brand, whatever. Besides Kane, but Kane doesn't wear a mask anymore. I don't know. I have to research on that. Yeah, I need a drink. I got my monster. Okay, so next match was CM Punk versus JTG, and this was purely a dominant match. These kinds of matches are made to make someone look dominant, and CM Punk really needed one because, oh my God, to me, he really lost a lot of his what's the word, lethality, or dangerous potential, his potential to be dangerous after weeks after weeks of being beaten or something like that, because I don't really remember him winning a match, or if he did, his losses greatly outweighed his victories. It's I don't know. He had his hair shaved off. Kane threw him popcorn machine. Big Show defeated all three of dudes in his society. The dude really he just needed this one. And after he won the match, of course. He made Luke Gallows promise that he would win the next one, which would be Big Show versus Luke Gallows, and I'll get to that one because that one's hilarious. And see, then not much happened. There was I remember there was a Dash and Cody Rhodes thing, which was a little gay. I don't know. It came off as gay to me. And there's a Monday Night Raw and NXT recap. On Monday Night Raw, they're preparing for Night of Champions, and they got in. They just showed the build up to the 6-pack match where it was Sheamus, Wade Barrett, Chris Jericho, Edge, John Cena and I think that's all 6. Yeah, I think that's everyone. Edge, John Cena, Sheamus, Wade Barrett, and crap. Who else was on there? Chris Jericho, Edge, John Cena, Sheamus. Yeah, I'll come up with it eventually. I'll probably just edit this in text. So that was the Monday Night recap, Raw recap, and they also actually showed the part where Sheamus, if you watch the Monday night's episode, where he just obliterated Zack Ryder. I mean, just total humiliation on him, because like all he did was one kick. That was it, and that kind of just like proves my point that Zack Ryder just needs to rethink about his status in the WWE, because he's a joke. He is a joke. And then there was an NXT recap, but who cares? And then after that there was a Dolph versus Kofi match, which actually was pretty good, and it lasted very long because they each tried to get their Now I'm reading off notes, by the way. They each tried to keep getting. They each kept getting counts on them, but then, you know, they always broke it off until both of them fell over the mat, and Kofi got a countout victory. But I missed this part where apparently if you get a countout victory, it's still kind of same as disqualification, where you can still retain your title, which is confusing. Like, I didn't know you could do that. So Dolph is still our Intercontinental Champion. Blech. Then there was Swagger versus MVP, which I don't even know why they included in the show. It was a terrible match. It was apparently for something about Jack Swagger's having a party or invitational party to his father's thing, or controller of VIP thing, whatever, I don't know. Swagger won, embarrassingly. And then Alberto Del Rio came back for a match against some guy that I've never heard of, and that's where I kind of figured this is actually a new guy, like a new guy. So I didn't have to look through the records and try to find like history of him before. So he's a new guy, and he easily dominates the unknown guy. So yeah. And then last match was Big Show versus Luke Gallows. Oh my god. This was so embarrassing on Luke Gallows' part. Now I already called a Big Show victory, but you know, to have this guy just like go through the straight edge society like cheese, it really is embarrassing, but it's an entertaining thing. And it kind of builds to a storyline where like they're kind of trying to mimic what they were doing with the Nexus, where in Nexus they banished Darren Young. So my guess in the next episode, CM Punk's gonna banish Luke Gallows. That makes sense. And then at the end, Undertaker and Kane came in, and I was actually excited for this because I haven't seen Undertaker in a long time, so you know, just to see him back on stage is kind of awesome, and to see him interact with Kane and just build up tension for an eventual match. It was awesome. Not much else to say. And yeah, that was our episode of SmackDown. It wasn't bad. It's just there's some sketchy matches. They shouldn't have done the Swagger versus MVP one, and the just Swagger versus MVP. It was really pointless. Just no. That's it.